Hello everyone, this is Insight Viewer, a scientific discovery copilot built to solve research overload. Researchers today do not just need access to papers, they need help extracting evidence, connecting ideas across documents, identifying contradictions, and generating the next research direction. Insight Viewer is designed to support that full workflow. Most existing tools stop at document search or simple summarization. Search engines return papers and PDF chatbots summarize text, but neither gives grounded cross paper understanding. In research, that is not enough. We need systems that can transform papers into evidence, relationships, and explainable reasoning. Let us start in the workspace section. Here, I upload scientific papers into the system. In this demo, I'm using research papers on deep learning for colonoscopy polyp detection. Once uploaded, Insight Viewer begins processing them into structured research objects. Behind the scenes, the system parses the PDF, cleans noisy extraction, identifies metadata, breaks the paper into chunks, and prepares it for entity extraction and downstream reasoning. Next, I open the library. um, This is where I can review ingestion status and inspect the past metadata before doing any search or analysis. That is important because it gives the user visibility and trust. Instead of hiding everything behind a black box, the system shows that what was actually extracted from each paper. Here I can confirm that the titles, authors, status, and index contents are ready before moving into the reasoning tasks. GraphRAG. Now I move to the GraphRAG, which is the evidence grounded question answering section. Here I can ask questions. How are deep learning um, used for polyp detection in colonoscopy? And what are its limitations, or whatever you want to ask? Instead of generating a generic answer, Insight Weaver retrieves the most relevant chunks from the index papers, combines them with graph contents, and produces a grounded synthesis. What makes this especially valuable is the answer is explainable. I can inspect the supporting chunks and also view the evidence graph behind the result. So the graph rag is not just giving me an answer, it is showing me the evidence trail that supports it. Retrieve chunks area is the area that we can see the chunks where that were used to support the answer. This helps the user to verify whether the synthesis is actually grounded in the uploaded papers. This is big advantage over the typical chat-based tools where answers often sound convincing but provide very little transparency. Next is knowledge graph. This is different from GraphRAG. GraphRAG is used for asking questions and getting evidence grounded answers. The knowledge graph is used for directly exploring the stored relationship between papers, entities, and concepts. Here I can load the graph by paper or by entity. This helps reveal patterns that are hard to discover through linear reading alone. Hypothesis screen is the this is where Insight Weaver turns literature understanding into research direction. Based on the uploaded evidence, the system generates testable hypotheses. These are not generic suggestions. Each one is tied to evidence, includes reasoning, confidence signals, and suggested experiments. This is important because researchers do not just want to know what has already been published, they want help identifying what should be explored next. Expanded hypothesis card is something I can use to inspect the reasoning, support evidence, research gaps, address, and suggest experiments. That makes the output much more actionable for a researcher or a student planning for their next step. Next is cross paper analysis screen. This section helps compare multiple papers at a deeper level. It can detect contradictions, um, um, discover connections, and generate a broader topic for a landscape. So, these sections help the user move from isolated reading to comparative reasoning. Discovery screen. This converts the latest graph results into a compact research brief. This is useful for quick understanding of the novelty evidence, strength, risk, and possible experiment direction from the retrieved literature. It acts as a bridge between evidence synthesis and research planning. So, if we step back, inside we were supposed the full scientific reasoning pipeline. It starts with raw PDFs, turn them into structured evidence, extracts entities, and relationships, enables graph based explanation, answers questions through grounded retrieval, compares papers across the literature, and finally generates explainable hypothesis. This is why Insight Weaver is not just another paper summarizer, it is an evidence grounded discovery workflow for scientific research. Thank you.